What's good, y'all? It's the Demouchets React, and we're back with another video.
Living in Germany has me rethinking my whole American lifestyle, y'all. Like, why are Germans not tired? Like, I could have sworn I seen a 90-year-old woman power walking up the hill earlier with trekking poles while I'm over here sweating, huffing and puffing, pushing this stroller up the same hill that she just walked up with zero effort. Meanwhile, in America, we're so lazy that we will drive one block to check the mailbox. Y'all, literally, to check the mailbox. I'm not making this up. Then there's the grocery store situation. In America, you can go to Sam's Club or Costco and buy groceries for a month. Right. Literally, of course, it's all processed. Pizzas, anything frozen, and it can last you for a whole month. And you still not know what's in half of the boxes because everything's frozen, microwavable, and somehow has a expiration date of 2047. I don't know how they make that happen, but in Germany, you're grocery shopping every few days. And if you buy more than 2 bags, I feel like the cashier is always looking at me odd. Like, why does she have all of this food? Americans' diets are literally made up of so much processed food.
It is.
Listen, nah. Girl, nobody got time to be taking these kids to the store every week.
She already got 2.
But we don't buy microwavable foods.
No.
Us, our family. But they do have a lot of families that do. But no, baby, when we shop, the basket is filled to the top. I see a lot of families grab another basket.
I don't think we showed them a grocery haul in a while.
Yeah, we haven't shown them.
Ooh,
Since
we haven't showed y'all
we
a
showed
grocery
one.
haul in a while.
Yeah.
We did, and there was some good eating right there too.
It was light. It was a light grocery haul.
But man, we're gonna fill it up. We're gonna fill it fresh up. But if the expirations date not aligning with the meal type, then we'll be to the store every day because it just it makes sense.
Right, but I mean, I have too. My plate is too full of places to go here, places to go there. I'm not shopping weekly.
Y'all gonna see. Watch when we pull up to Germany and we can do our grocery shopping. They're gonna be looking at us too like, y'all cooking for a club?
Even though we're gonna be there for a week.
Gonna eat good.
And this really explains why so many elder Germans are still so active. And Germany is definitely giving a fresh produce or death because they don't want anything less than fresh. Then until we talk about the peace that I experienced here in Germany, I can go shopping without being on high alert and looking at every stranger that walks by me like they're going to snatch my child. In the U.S., I'm scanning where the exits are. Why is this dude looking at me?
Exactly.
Like, here, I'm just enjoying my life. I'm simply just enjoying living. So, yeah, Germany might be cold in the wintertime, but the lifestyle is giving warm. I definitely can see myself living in Germany for the rest of my life as opposed to America because America is chaotic and Germany is calm, beautiful. I can't even put it into words.
Well, she put it in a lot of words.
She did a good job.
Listen, that video alone will have people move.
Why does no one talk about this problem in Germany? Germans don't accept non-natives trying to learn German. Let me paint a picture for you. Imagine you're at a restaurant, you want to practice your German that you've been working so hard on. But you decide, okay, I'm gonna order in German. The waiter comes, you start to order, mess up a little bit, and then the waiter just says, oh, let's just speak in English. Oh no,
I've been there, done that.
Fine, I can speak English, let's just speak in English. I feel like in any other country, if you were trying to learn the language or so obviously trying to practice, they would react completely differently. For example, if you're in Spain, they would be like, oh yes, of course, go ahead, we can help you practice, go ahead. But in Germany, I feel like they just say, no, let's just speak in English. Now, whether this is because they want to be helpful, or they also want to practice their English, I just feel like it's not encouraged for foreigners to openly practice German with natives. My personal experience learning German, I practiced with my friends or people that I knew. I would always speak to them in German and they would always reply in English because they wanted to practice their English. If you're a native German, please let me know your opinion on this.
What if we just sound extra slow to them? Not
in
real
slow,
talk.
he means special. Well, Dang it.
I
Why
mean,
is it
I
still
mean-
a slang.
I mean, though, but like,
Retarded.
yeah. Like, what if we just sound off key?
Right.
Totally off key. I'm talking about like,
And then like, okay, look, bless your
for
heart.
instance, right? Can I have?
Struggling.
You know what I'm saying? Like, get
Just
that.
struggling.
You know what I'm saying? And to them, they hear us and we like, so yeah, just tell me what you need. And they want to talk in English because they know they can get the order quicker.
Yeah. And see, for a person like me, I found being abroad for the first time, I didn't want to feel out of place.
Yeah, I feel you.
Because I'm already in a foreign place and I don't want to stick out like a sore thumb, you know? So I think I would feel like that would be beneficial to me to speak English and just like get fluent in their greetings. As long as I can greet you in your language, I feel comfortable. But if they okay with speaking in English, so be it.
Yeah. So like in Texas, they have a huge Espanol culture. You know what I'm saying? And some days I'll go get a taco. You know what I'm saying? And, or some nachos for the wifey. And I'll be telling them, you know, because sometimes I do the practice and I'll be, you know, ordering my food in Spanish and then they reply to me in English. And I'll be like, I understand. Okay,
We
cool.
know we
Yeah,
here,
I
but
know.
we trying.
Cause I just be trying to be looking at them and then they reply back in English and I'm like, okay, so it's not gonna work. Y'all not gonna give it back to me like I give it to y'all. But you
They
know,
look at you like, nice try.
yeah, basically.
Affects me ever since I came here and I started to learn German and had these sort of situations. And if you're learning German, please let me know what you think about this or if this situation has ever happened to you. That's it. Bye.
You have someone doing it for you, but in Germany, you gotta race through that thing. They scan that. It's like an Olympic sport, I swear. And
Grocery shop.
if you don't bag your goods in time, then the 5 people in line, they'll just sit there and look at you. And the guy who's doing the girl who's doing the scanning as well, once she's done, that's it. And then she just looks at you while you spend the next 10 minutes trying to put your stuff in. I would say that's the hardest thing about that it took getting used to it.
Oh, so you think that's why they be looking at people with bulk items crazy? Cause like you got a bag, all of that, and all we have is like a juice, some eggs, and a little onion. And we looking at you like, get it out. Get out of the way.
Probably, because I remember our first time in Aldi. And first of all, I'm like, y'all ain't got no bags.
Yeah.
And then I got a bag in myself, and the cashier was like, I'll help you.
And the line's just, everybody sitting there with their little 2 items.
Holding up the line.
Holding it up.
I'm an American living in Germany. So this video is for all my US citizens looking to visit Germany. You might see some very, very strange things on the road as you're driving that we don't normally see in the US. And this right here is one of them. Look at all of these trucks in the right lane only. They're lined up for kilometers, except for these 2 guys. Because these 2 guys, unfortunately, didn't get the memo that there's no passing. You see this sign right here? That means no passing for trucks, buses, or cars with trailers on the back. So get in the right lane,
Okay.
buddy. This is a rare occurrence in the U.S.
Rare.
Yes, in the U.S. Certain parts of highways and expressways and interstates, trucks are not allowed in the left lane. Yes, but do they take it this serious? No. I've never driven and seen trucks lined up for miles doing 30 miles an hour. You know how hard it must be to be a truck driver in Germany? Because they're getting tired because they're going so slow. I can understand why sometimes the delivery takes so long out here. It took us 2 months to get a couch because it was probably stuck in traffic behind all the other trucks. So if you're a German citizen and you're visiting the U.S. and you see trucks flying by in the left lane, right lane, middle lane, don't be startled. Just get out the way. This is just a word of advice from your boy. You guys have a good day.
Listen, that is so freaking scary. You just doing the speed limit and a truck is speeding behind you, sir. You have so many tons that you carrying. Don't be coming do that behind me.
Man, that's control. And they be hit. They can only do a certain limit, y'all.
And that's
then
why
the
they
officers
see-
gonna pull them over and be like, hey, you know you over your time. I mean over your limit. But shout out to our CDL drivers, bro. We we appreciate y'all getting our packages when we ask for
Right,
for
next
real.
day, prime delivery.
But
same
I
day.
don't see them boss sitting on line. Oh no.
Driving
Oh,
that
what?
slow, unless the pay is higher. That's the only way.
Man, and then when they get sleepy on that road,
When they time max out and they gotta put
Man, I'm just like, bro, that little slow line gonna have me look. I'm not there yet. Just dozing off.
Things that would shock Americans if they would come to Germany. Number one, we do not smile at each other. When we see each other, we don't. That would be weird. They would think you're a psychopath. Number two, cigarettes and coffee are considered.
Low key did her
over there.
before. We're gonna. I don't know. Yeah,
Number
we low
three.
key did her before. Cause sometimes with the TikToks collabs, like you get the video at least once every other video.
In Germany, one of the biggest culture shocks that I had was hearing Germans talk about fancy or bougie things like they were completely normal. For instance, people saying, oh yeah, everyone in my family drives a BMW or a Mercedes Benz. What? That is super, super fancy, especially for back home. Only bougie people, people who are after status, drive Mercedes Benz, BMWs. It's not an everyday car. But here in Germany, it's very, very normal. Also hearing people say, oh yeah, I grew up skiing. Like it's no big deal. Just because it is so accessible to ski here, you can go to the Alps. There's so many other places that you can go to, for instance, in Poland to ski. That's very, very fancy, but Germans just say that quite casually. Also saying, I grew up listening to classical music, or I listen to classical music every day. Bougie, fancy.
Is it?
We don't say that back home.
Pause.
I don't really know anyone.
I think that depends on a person, because I think an average
Heavily.
person, especially any of our supporters who have been watching us for years, they would look at us and think that we don't listen to classical music. But our children, when I was pregnant with them, I would put the headphones on my belly and have them listen to Beethoven and
Facts.
jazz and opera.
And they'll be kicking away.
Right. So
I don't know if they're trying to keep the headphones off or they jamming, but they'll be kicking.
Yeah.
They'll be kicking away.
And the reason for that, why we started doing that is because who was it? I think it was my social worker. Like she recommended it. She was like, "You want your children to be math geniuses?
Heavy on vibrations.
Yes, put that on. It's gonna make them think in numbers."
And I think you're right though. It is heavy on the person, because it's like you can have a good car, and it's not necessarily status. It's the fact that they can just afford it or they worked hard for it.
And that's what they want.
And that's what they wanted. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you gotta look at it for what it is. And unless you had that conversation and you see the ego and the pride pop out first, and you're just like, oh yeah, you really trying to tell me about this? Tell me about this car.
Yeah, I just think it's just preference.
Yeah.
But back home, my age group or younger that chooses to listen to classical music over something else. But I have heard many of people here in Germany say that they prefer that type of music. There's so many other things that always shock me, so I'm definitely going to make a part 2.
Today's day
I did
32
the
of
last
Culture
one.
Shocks. So moving from Austin, Texas to Berlin, Germany. Let's get into it. Today we are talking about the restroom, the bathroom, the toilet, the water closet, washing closet, whatever you want to call it. We are talking about the restroom.
Let's
All
get
right.
it.
Now, it could be similar or the same in a lot of different European countries. I'm not entirely sure. However, I have really noticed here in Germany that the way that the bathrooms are set up in a lot of restaurants, not all, but in a lot of restaurants, is essentially like, do you have the restroom and there's the first door. So you have the first door, you open the first door, and then there's just like the little sink area, right? So you can wash your hands there, and then there's a second door. The first door does not have a lock, okay? First door doesn't have a lock, so you can just go and wash your hands. The second door that you have to go through does have a lock because that's where the toilet is, okay? So it makes sense. That way, if someone wants to wash their hands while someone's using the toilet, they can. But I find it kind of awkward because I don't really know what the protocol is, okay? So just at a restaurant, and I had to use the restroom, so I go in and I open the first door because the first door isn't locked, right? And there's just a man at the sink, and I go, oh, and I kind of felt like I had walked in on him on the restroom. You know that feeling of like they forgot to lock the door, and like you're like, oh, so I opened the door, and I was like, oh, sorry, and he kind of acted like, oh, like, what are you doing here? And so I closed it, and then I realized, like, wait, that's just the first door. Like, there wasn't a toilet in there. Like, I think there's another door to go to the toilet. And so then I opened it again.
Did we experience that? Listen.
Okay.
But did we experience that?
In Turkey.
We experienced that in Turkey.
No. We didn't.
He came out
experience
the
that.
woman's
He went in the
bathroom.
women's bathroom. That was the women's.
Is that
bathroom.
not the same what she's saying?
Nope. They had a women's bathroom and they had a men's bathroom. He was in the women's bathroom. Even the other people was looking at us like, did we see the same
And I'm looking at
thing?
him like, bro, you saw that? And he was like, I saw that. And his wife was in there. His wife was in there. And that's why I was looking at him like, so we're not from there, so we didn't know.
So I didn't go in the bathroom because
We didn't.
I don't play that.
Okay, so this was different.
I don't want to be in no I'm just
Man,
call
he
it
came
trauma.
out
Yes,
with
it
his
is
hands
trauma.
like he was drying his hands off, and he just kept walking. I'm
Yeah,
like,
I'm not doing that one. If I see a man in the bathroom, I'm walking out and I'm gonna hold it.
like, sir, did you know or did you not know? Let us know, y'all. Let us know how that go, cause.
And I was like, sorry, like, is there anyone in there? And he goes, no, there's no one in there. I go, okay. So then we're doing this weird, like there's not a lot of space in the sink area, right? Like, it's pretty small. So then we're like, for me to get to the toilet. And then I'm like, is this correct? I was in my head like, I know I'm probably overthinking this, but what is the correct protocol? Are you supposed to wait until the person leaves, like the person's no longer washing their hands? Or was I correct? And like, I can use the restroom while he's washing his hands? Because it was just so awkward. And then I felt like I was inconveniencing him, but like I had to use the restroom and like the restroom was free. It was just so odd. In the States, very different. Like if it's a restroom like that, like just a singular restroom, there's gonna be a lock just on the first door.
Boom. And we're gonna stop right there. So basically what she's saying is like we have boys, girls, family. In the family bathroom, people would walk in and out, period. Unless you have it locked. Other than that, the other bathrooms are accessible.
Right. We don't have like any space. Well,
I don't know. I haven't experienced that.
It sounds like she's, some like when we go to like these little small restaurants, right, where it's
The
not
hall space.
Yeah, where it's not a male or a female restroom. It's just one restroom, and whoever has it has it. But it's like we have the whole restroom, like she said. It's not where anybody could just come in to wash their hands while someone else is using the restroom.
But she's talking about there's locked, so it's kind of like approved
Only
where
the
they can go in. It's like
wash their
no one is
hands.
using the restroom. They can go in and lock the door.
That's the restroom, but anybody can go in to wash their hands.
Right.
I would it would be an
Scratching
adjustment.
Scratching your head.
Yeah, it would be an adjustment because, okay, especially like children, right? Children, they're fast. They could open the door because they finished, but they still have they still need to zip up.
Right. For some reason, the shoe off. I don't know.
Right, and if a person is there who's of the opposite sex, I would feel, I don't know. It's just a cultural difference.
It is all it is a cultural difference, and it's normalized. And when you're around things like that, then it's what it is. You flow with it, and you use stuff it, and you learn from it. But obviously, she was like, "Hey, what do you do?"
Right.
In these times, and that's a good question because I would want to know.
Right. But the good thing about it is that they don't have what we have here. Being that they have where the people are able to go wash their hands. Here, first of all, no, ours just sound different. But being that they have the whole stall is enclosed. Our stalls, Lord, I can't speak anymore. Our stalls, people will be able to look under.
Correct.
Good thing they don't have that.
They don't.
So that's the good thing about it. It's just knowing these things ahead of time is very, very helpful.
Right. They could just start putting the sink in the bathroom with them, like in the stall.
That's a little too much now.
It's a little low key too much. I mean,
That's a little too much.
just get you in and out quick, then
It'll be very, very tiny.
All right.
Very tight.
Just exercise the space and make it bigger. All right.
What the hell was that?
Hallo, ich bin's. Es ist 22:05 Uhr.
So the knock at the door.
Ja. Ab 22 Uhr gilt die Nachtruhe. Was ist denn die Nachtruhe?
Nachtruhe.
Zwischen 22 Uhr und 6 Uhr darf man die Nachbarn nicht stören. Sie müssen in dieser Zeit Lärm vermeiden. Ach so. Hämmern ist also nicht erlaubt.
Oh.
Vergessen Sie die Mittagsruhe und die Sonntagsruhe auch nicht.
Die Mittagsruhe und Sonntagsruhe.
Schönen Abend noch.
Okay.
Oh yeah, bro. Oh, yeah. Man.
All right. So we do have quiet hours. Not in the neighborhood we in now. We don't have
Nah.
quiet hours no more.
Nah.
But like in apartment complexes and duplexes, there are quiet hours, but we don't have
HOAs.
HOA. We don't have no Sunday quiet, and we don't have no midday quiet. Yeah, but I agree with the first one.
I don't know if that's a possibility though.
What you mean?
Agreeing with it, you can agree. Well, how? We have a pet.
Mm-hmm.
We have kids.
Mm-hmm.
We have a me. I don't know how we gonna do it.
Go to sleep.
So what happens if the person constantly being told what they doing is wrong? Do they get kicked out? Do they get fined?
The popos.
Do the cops come? Whoop-de-doo.
Gibt es auch in deinem Land die Nachtruhe? Schreib es mir in die Kommentare.
One of the biggest cultural shocks in Germany was when I just moved here and got invited to a birthday party.
Oh, wow.
Where I come from. When we are invited to a party, that means that there will be a feast. Starters, appetizers, soups, salads, main courses, desserts, couple kinds of each, the whole shenanigan. So I assumed the same would happen here, so I was very excited to try all kinds of German food. And I even skipped lunch on that day. Rule number 2 is that in our culture, the birthday kid always gets a present. So I arrive at the party with my present, I give my present, enter the apartment, enter the room where everybody's gathered. And what I see on the table is some dough sticks, some chips, some beers, and some drinks. So I assumed that maybe food will come a bit later, it's okay. So I started mingling, chatting, talking, and just meeting some new people. But no food came ever. We were there the whole night, just chatting. There was a bit of music until maybe 10 p.m. Then the Ruhezeit, so there was no music after that. No dancing, just talking the whole night.
No.
I mentioned no dancing because that's another thing that we do in our culture. When we go to a party, that means that you will eat, but then you will also dance and party and have fun. Mm-hmm. But here we had our seminars and workshops. It would break down into subgroups, and then we would just chat for some time, and then you would reshuffle, and then continue chatting. It can also be exciting, of course, because I got to meet a lot of new people. But it was a cultural shock because it was not what I expected. On the way back home, I was crossing Alexanderplatz, so I just had one big hearty kebab because I was so freaking hungry. Pretty much it. That was one of my biggest cultural shocks in Germany when I just arrived.
If you don't do your homework, listen now, hold on, let me get this in this. If you don't do your homework, stop walking in places with expectations. Because you will you'll be lost.
Yeah.
Believe in something that's not finna happen. My boy was waiting for a meal.
I would have been waiting for.
He was waiting for a meal. He skipped lunch, hungry up in there.
He wanted to try what they call the little sausage thingy.
Oh man, don't
He wanted all of it,
bruh.
Okay, I probably would have thought that they would have had some German food there too, because in our culture, we have like these party foods that we cook for every party, right?
Correct.
Some chicken wings, some barbecue meatballs.
Oh yeah.
Fettuccine or like a pasta dish.
You got your cooler. Now y'all had beer. I get it. We got coolers with that, but we also have other drinks.
But
you feel me?
They would have soaked up the liquor with some chips.
Yeah, they would have got right. They got right.
Man, would have been hurting.
Trying to have a conversation on an empty stomach.
What's something that people should know about Germany, bro?
People are not open. Like, they ain't social. That's what you should know for sure before you come down here. They not open. They ain't social. They gonna call the popo right away. Yeah, that's everything. Yeah.
Germany is cool if you trying to have a safe childhood, but once you hit 16, bro, you gotta move out this bitch. Because if you're trying to build a business, bro, it's not the right country to be in. Is Germany expensive?
They sound American. I don't know what that was about.
No, not like that. No, this is how y'all do it? No way. No.
And don't wait back.
Unnormalize it. Unnormalize it. Because if this is the reality of it, bro, I will be uncomfortable.
Yeah.
That's not nothing I can work my brain around. Because 3 seconds, maybe, I'm good.
Yeah, like, first look around and look back. If you still staring, Dion is the type that's gonna walk up to the person and start talking.
What's up? How you doing? You good? Okay.
Things in Germany that would send an American into a coma. The first thing being that TV shows and music is not censored. So what I mean by that is, for example, when there's bad words that are said in a song, like a rap song, hip hop song, any song, in America, especially if it's on the radio, it's censored. Either they put in a different word or they just cut it completely out. But in Germany, it just plays like normal, like the actual song. They don't censor it, they don't take it out, they definitely leave it in. That was something that I definitely had to get used to. I mean, I don't mind it, but it's just coming from America and then hearing in public these words being said in the songs, and you're like, ah, are they allowed to say that? Is that allowed? Is this allowed? But yeah.
I gotta see your face when I ask you this. What you think the grocery stores sound like?
Whoa. You know the song that first came in my head?
Which one?
Juvenile. Back that.
Man, in the grocery
store. Back on
knocking all the cereal over. Bro, cause like, and then they play these oldies, and these oldies is really unfiltered. Them oldies really be having some. Okay, that's a shocker.
It's allowed. The next thing is that Halloween is definitely not a holiday here. I mean, it's celebrated a little bit, but definitely not as much as in America. In America, you literally like the whole month of October is like Halloween party after Halloween party after Halloween party. Trick or treating in every neighborhood where the kids go around, but here. I mean, in my apartment building, people kind of do that if there's a lot of families that live there, or maybe not directly in the city, maybe like a little bit outside of the city, for example, people go trick-or-treating, but it's definitely not really a holiday that's celebrated so big as it is in America. Also with costumes, every time I dress up for Halloween, I do feel like I need to be something very clockable, so to say, very obvious as a costume, because like I said, it's not really celebrated here, so nobody really has like niche costumes or things like that. But in America, it could be something super niche and everybody would get it. So Halloween is just not celebrated as much in Germany as it is in America. So yeah, those are just a few things that I've noticed as an American living here in Germany. That's it. Bye.
Hi, how you doing? Hey. Don't staring like that.
Yo.
I'm an American living in Germany. Another major difference that I notice in Germany versus the US is their grocery carts. In the US, only the 2 front wheels move on a grocery cart that allows you to turn. But in Germany, all 4 wheels turn, spin, push the cart any way you want. Check this out.
Oh no, we got to control.
We have
no, excuse me, sir. Excuse me, ma'am. I'm just passing through my cart. That's crazy. Put it back.
Come on now. You see the versatility?
Yo, the cart is busting a split.
Now, do I really need to hold the cart like that? No, but I have the option. And I know to some of y'all, that might seem like a silly difference, but it's just a difference that's just so weird to me right now. Being a U.S. American living in Germany.
Yeah, the cards is crazy. Different.
I don't know why walking home from the barbers. Just walking home from the barbers has got me thinking about this, but German people do something really, really weird in the bedroom, and it's not what you're thinking. In the UK, if you're in a relationship, you have one big duvet and obviously you share it. That's what makes it cozy. That's what makes it romantic. It's kind of like we're in this together, even if one of you ends up stealing the blanket the whole night. But in Germany, they put 2 separate duvets on one bed, as in you'll literally be in a double bed with 2 separate blankets. So technically you're together, but also not really.
Right.
You've got your duvet, I've got mine. This is the border. Don't cross it. And I just think that is literally the most German thing ever. Because I get it, it's practical, it's efficient, but come on, man, where's the romance? How are you supposed to cuddle? Surely it feels like sleeping with your flatmate and not actually your partner. Like, what?
Hey, we got one more in this thing? I think we got one more.
As an American living in Germany, I was surprised to learn children have completely different rights here than they do in the US. In Germany, you have to be 18 to get married. And if you were married under 16 outside the country, your marriage is not legally recognized in Germany. In the US, child marriage is actually legal in most states. And some have even allowed children as young as 10 to marry. In Germany, hitting or spanking kids is illegal in all settings, including school and home. In the US, it's totally legal, and 23 states still allow it in public schools. The US is the only country that gives minors life sentences without parole. Germany focuses more on helping minors rehabilitate, but can sentence them to a maximum of 10 years. And there are more. Let me know if you want a part 2.
Oh, slow down, sister, because golly, make sure y'all guys check my. And that's why I be so questionable for real, because it's not just the law that's so different, it's the principle. And when you really think about it, I don't want to get into nothing, but like, it's the principle that's so different that makes you kind of stand back to say, why are we reading what we're reading if it's not followed around the world? You get where I'm going with this? I don't know. I just, it's your boy Dion. We back with another video.
Yeah.
I just, you know.
And honestly, like those last 2 videos, we have talked about those topics over and over and over again on this channel.
Because we just gotta know. Gotta understand.
All right, y'all. We hope you guys enjoyed this video with us. Be sure to subscribe. We'll see you soon.
Peace.